Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going through the top teams for the King Croaker and this boss. There is one kind of new team that has been added into the lineup of the top options which we're going to cover today. But we're going to lead it off by talking about the overall most powerful team, which is going to be the same as the end of last week. And I'm going to show you the formation first of all, and then we're going to take a look at a replay from Kazuha, who got a really high score using it. So here's the team. Using Ludovic and Talene, you're going to need to have Phraesto at plus 15 exclusive equipment to run this team, but don't worry if you don't have him there. There are other teams I'm going to show you not using his plus 15. But this one needs plus 15 illusion up front so that he takes the first insta-kill and can respawn himself. Ludovic deals a lot of damage to this boss because of his HP per second damage. Smokey deals a lot as well, and Talene is now like kind of in a position where, because she's not taking the insta-kill right from the beginning, she's going to get off quite a bit of damage for your team as well. With the Verdant spell, because it gives energy recovery to your mages, and it gives yeah, I mean, it also gives pretty good overall stats. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the replay from Kazuha right here. We have right over here. And yeah, of course his heroes are pretty much to their maximum potential. So this is showing you exactly like the maximum damage output possible from this team. Okay. So the illusion takes insta-kill right there. And Talene is able to continuously cast her ultimate from probably 10 seconds into the match up until now when she takes her next insta-kill, and now her damage output will be lower because she'll just have to keep recharging after the revival, and she's going to take another insta-kill right there. But the two Phraestos are outputting maximum damage on the right here, being buffed up by the Mikola, giving them the haste. Smokey also buffing up everyone on the team with his attack buff, and that is going to get 67.2 billion damage. The highest today has been 68 billion damage with this team. Now, so this is the overall best team if you have the required investment, which is you need plus 15 exclusive equipment Phraesto, and probably like plus 10 exclusive equipment Ludovic to have good damage output. Now I'm going to show you some different options. So we'll start off with the more pay-to-win teams, and then we'll come down to the free-to-play teams. There are a good amount of free-to-play teams today. Okay, so the overall, okay, this one. This is the team that did the best for me. This is also using a plus 15 exclusive equipment Phraesto. So this is the other team using that. But it did well for me, even though my Talene is not very well built up. I still managed to get 58.5 billion, which is not bad, especially considering the fact that Kazuha's team... Wait, how much did he get? Did he get close to 68 billion? Okay, so it's still quite a far ways behind, but it's not bad considering the fact that my Talene is not properly built yet. Okay, so you have the Phraesto illusion up in the front, Lilime right in the middle of the battlefield, and Smokey to the side. Mikola back in the lower right. Verdant spell is going to give penetration to Lilime, increasing her damage, energy recovery to Talene to allow her to continuously cast. And Mikola is buffing up the whole team, including the Lilime in this position, which is perfect positioning to increase your damage output. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so Kazuha did get 67.2 billion, so this is quite a bit lower than that, but I mean, without having Talene built properly, this is a really good team. And this is probably going to be the best team for you if you don't have Talene built up properly, or maybe even if you don't have Ludovic, this might be the best team for you. But you need plus 15 exclusive equipment again for this team, otherwise you don't want to sack your Phraesto and you want to sack the Talene instead. So now I'm going to show you a team for a no. If you have Phraesto below plus 15 exclusive equipment, but maybe you also have Talene, and that is going to be this formation right here. So you have the main Phraesto in front of the Mikola, illusion off to the side in front of nothing, Lilime over here, Smokey, and Talene is in a position where she's actually the frontmost ally of your team, so she's going to be eating all of the insta-kills from the boss, and your Phraestos are safe. This positioning is really good because, again, like Mikola is going to be buffing up your entire team. The heroes which matter, which are the Phraestos and the Lilime, and even Talene. and Talene is going to be eating all the insta-kills, so you're in perfect position. So this, and again with the Verdant spell. So this is the best team if you have a plus 10 exclusive equipment Phraesto, or even up to plus 14 basically. If you don't have plus 15 to get his revival of his illusion. Because then you just want Talene to eat all of the insta-kills. And this is a really solid team. This got almost the same score for me as the previous team I showed you with the plus 15 exclusive equipment Phraesto lineup. So both are really good options. So these are all of the good Phraesto teams. Now we're done with the Phraesto teams and the overall meta team, which was the Ludovic Talene Phraesto. Now we're gonna move on to the no Phraesto best team. Now, I haven't gotten a good score here. I only got 44.7 billion, but you would be able to get 49 or more billion with this team. This is the next best option. If you have a well built up Talene, but my Talene is not good, and that is why this didn't work out very well. And so you have 2 damagers, Lily May and Talene. The thing about the arcane spell is that it still doesn't charge up that quickly. You're not going to activate it that much. However, it still is good just for the fact that it provides penetration to your team. That increases Lily May's and Talene's damage both by a lot, because their damage is not like, a lot of their damage is going to be based or reduced by the enemy defenses. So there was the first activation of the arcane spell. It's not really that you're using it for the activation, it's just mainly for the stats you're getting. And in all of these teams, you can also try them with Resonating Spell instead of Arcane Spell. You can even try like this one with Verdant Spell and see which one does better for you. Basically, the 3 good artifacts to use for this boss: Verdant Spell, Arcane Spell, or Resonating Spell. So within this team, the advantage is that your Thorn is the frontmost ally. He's going to be taking all of the insta-kills. So Talene can continuously cast her ultimate through the whole fight. So my Talene only did 7.5 billion, but your Talene, if it is built up, you can get up to 13 plus billion damage with the Talene, and that would contribute a lot to the damage and allow you to get a good score. Smokey also is dealing a good amount of damage, but Lily May is topping the charts of the damage. Okay, let's move on to the next team. Now, if you don't have Talene and you don't have Phraesto, now we're going to come to the next other good options you can try. And I think where did I do them? Did I do them again over here? I think I did. Okay, so the overall best one is going to be this Lily May Odie team. And keep in mind, you're going to get better scores than me because I don't even have legendary charms on my Lily May or Odie yet. Like, my Lily May doesn't even have a single legendary charm. Odie is missing just one. So here's a formation. This is a really good team. One of the best, basically the best option if you don't have Phraesto or Talene. It got over 47.3 or so billion damage from me. Reinier position swap the Odie, and again you could try Resonating Spell if you want. You can experiment. Now with Odie I would always try to do Resonating Spell or Arcane Spell. I wouldn't want to do Verdant Spell could theoretically work. You could try all of them, but I would think Resonating Spell might be the next best thing to try. And then Lily May off to the side. Basically, you'll just pick your team based on the heroes you have, and then you can experiment with the different artifacts, Resonating versus Arcane Spell versus Verdant. Because these are the teams that people have tested so far that do well, but I'm sure there are potentially some upgrades out there in terms of changing around certain artifacts. Reinier and Thorn both increase the damage that the boss will receive, which is important for increasing Odie's damage, because it will increase Odie's damage. But for example, like we mentioned, the HP per second damage of Ludovic, Ludovic, Phraesto, and Smokey, that is not going to be affected by this increased damage taken by the boss, like Reinier debuff, and that is why Reinier doesn't do the best in the Phraesto teams, and usually there's a better hero to be running with them. Okay, so that was a really good team, and that is the next best option. Now, you might not have Lily May, which is no problem. There's another really good team if you don't have Lily May, which is really free-to-play friendly. This team, and credit for this goes to B Nunny. This got almost the same score as the Lily May team, and only 1 billion damage less, and it's using really free-to-play friendly heroes. Basically, all of these heroes, if you've been playing for long enough, you should have all of them built up, like Merrily Mythic Plus, Odie Mythic Plus, Smokey Mythic Plus, Thorn Mythic Plus, and Thorn will then take the 3 insta-kills, and then Reinier Mythic Plus. So this one does, all the teams so far have relied on Reinier Mythic Plus. After this, we will do one final test of a team without Reinier Mythic Plus, if you don't have him, but But Reinier Mythic Plus is really important, and I really recommend it for all beginners that they should try to get Reinier to Mythic Plus as one of your first Hypogean Celestial heroes, and I would recommend it as your overall first, and then you can begin building the other ones, because Reinier just allows you to put together a lot of really good teams for Dream Realm, and he does well with like Odie, Marilee, Corrin. He increases all of their damage. It's just that he doesn't increase the damage of Phraesto and, for example, Smokey. And so when you get to endless bosses and you're using those heroes, then Reinier has less use. But even in those teams, he's still sometimes the best option. Okay, so there we have that team. And now we have to finally try a Thorin team, because yeah, that basically covers all of the key things. So if we want to go for a no Reinier team, you have to think about, okay, what would be a good replacement here? Mikola would be good if you had her. Even at 1 copy, she would be good, because she's going to provide attack buff for your team by controlling the Honor Arena. So I would really recommend probably Mikola. If you don't have Mikola, or if you're at an early games point and you're also worried about surviving, then I would say Coco, because Coco with the damage reduction will basically make you impossible for you to kill. So basically you're missing out on Reinier, which will reduce the damage that your team deals because you don't have that debuff onto the boss, and also you don't have the attack buff from his position swap and his charms onto Odie, so that will reduce your damage. Coco has some minor attack buffs for your team in her kit, but overall she's not going to increase your damage by much, but she's going to increase your survivability. So like this team I'm feeling right now, this is a great team before getting to Endless and if you're having difficulty surviving, but in Endless usually there's not a big issue surviving, and so Coco doesn't help your team that much. So the team we ran with Reinier got 46 billion, and this team, even if we could get 43 billion, I think that would be really nice. We can try one more team after this. Maybe we can try, I guess, Corrin in place of Coco and see if it does better, but I have a feeling it won't. I'm going to just try Mikola, because I'm really sure that Mikola is going to be great. The thing is, Mikola is not even going to help your team that much, because she's not even going to be buffing anyone up with haste. No one's even going to be in the front line to receive the haste buff from Mikola. I think if she's in a position like this, Thorin will run up here and then Mikola will run up there. Yeah, and hopefully end up in the middle and be able to buff up the Odie. Oh no, she runs all the way off to the right. Yeah, it's difficult. It's really difficult to position Mikola because she runs really quickly. But anyway, this is going to be an example of if she's not able to reach your team with the Courage Sphere, she's only able to reach the Thorin, which will provide some damage. But basically, you're just controlling the On Arena, which is more than enough for your team. Like, that is going to provide you the attack buff, and it will increase your damage output. Like, oh, we didn't even have anyone. We didn't have anyone to be soul packed to Thorin, so he didn't get his 3rd life. But our damage will be higher because Mikola is going to increase your attack of your team from the On Arena. So we're going to get over 43 billion. So Mikola is always a team you can try, even at 1 copy. But just make sure you soul packed the Thorin to the Mikola. And don't try to like position, yeah, like we did. Okay, so that's a really good option. And then, I mean, you could also try Corrin in there. You could try Lily May instead of the Mikola slot. I don't think they would be better, but you can try it and see if it does well. But anyway, if you had the Lily May team, you should probably run the other Lily May Reinier team if you have Reinier. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Good luck getting a high score on the King Croaker boss, and hopefully you'll be able to run at least one of these teams. And for the future, try to work on your Phraesto. And then also, if after your Phraesto is done, try to work on Talene, because these are the 2 key heroes being used in endless bosses. But definitely Phraesto is the far and above the most important one. Reinier, the Mythic Plus, is the 2nd most, and then Talene is the 3rd most important for the endless bosses. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's gonna be it for this one, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.